Hi. Want to save the world with me? Okay. Must remember the BAM effect. No promises. Let's find out if I can be queen of the board. Let's play Marvel United. So we have the new Galactus expansion, and it comes with 2 game modes. You can play against this big tough guy, or try to defeat his 4 heralds. We have Terrax, Airwalker, Firelord, and my favorite, Nova. To play this game, I'm playing on the solo game mat that I got as part of the Kickstarter. It comes with 2 sides. One side is great if you're playing with a lot of people, but I play solo a lot, and I love that means now that all of the different locations are facing me, but you still have the flow around the board. So it's easier to track where people are moving. This game's a little tricky, so apologies in advance for any rules errors. I'm learning. Feel free to let me know if I missed something. This is definitely not a rules teach. I have the rule book right in front of me. But fingers crossed, it's only a couple of pages, we should be okay. So in this mode, I'm following the standard rules. I still have my 3 little projects to get through first: clearing threats, defeating thugs, and rescuing villains. There's a Heralds of Galactus dashboard right up here at the top, and each of the heralds has a little marker, 1, 2, 3, 4, letting you know what to do on the bad guy's turn. The Heralds of Galactus have 6 threat cards. This is one of the things I was struggling with when trying to find all the pieces from the game. So these are the threat cards for the Heralds. This yellow mystery man sign looked a bit like the Invisible Man to me. But yeah, turns out that's what we're using today. And these are really tricky actually, because many of them talk about effects for adjacent locations. So I need to remember to be careful to take note. So for example, diversion over here. Each civilian in this and both adjacent locations requires an extra heroism to be rescued. Joint forces. Each nasty thug in this and both adjacent locations, so Avengers Tower and Shield Headquarters, they require 2 damage to be defeated. Okay, when placing crisis tokens in this and both adjacent locations, place an extra crisis token. That's smart trick on Avengers Tower. Over in London, we've got coordinated attack. 1 hero in this location takes 1 damage for each villain in this and both adjacent locations. And finally, the hiding place, Times Square. Each villain in this and both adjacent locations ignores 1 damage each hero turn. So I'm probably going to miss a few of these. Fingers crossed I don't, but no promises. 2 ways to lose. Either I run out of crisis tokens, too much crisis, or the plot track gets to 12. Any overflow effects or anything on the bad guys' cards, I ignore. I'm really just using that for their health and the BAM effect. If I have an overflow, then I have to increase myself on the Herald's plot track, and I still think that's probably how I'm gonna lose. But positive thinking. So the special rules say that for easy mode, you get 18 crisis tokens. And if you run out, game over. So I use these cute little silicone baking trays. I don't know if anyone else does this, but this is sort of a cheap, easy, on the table token storage for me. And you know, bright colors makes me happy. Let's have a crack at it. I'm thinking that because these cards are especially tough, I might try and take these out as quickly as possible, as they're affecting multiple locations and they're making it harder for me to get rid of thugs and help the little blue civilians. And sort of tee up 1 of the other cards so that I'm not going too long, having only 2 hero turns before the bad guys get another shot at me. Anyway, let's see what happens. So I'm drawing 3 cards for each of my heroes. I have Iron Man, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, that's a name. And Hulk. having a video camera on is definitely keeping me honest as well with the rules. Okay, so first things first, I would like to try and get rid of some of these horrid cards. So let's have a go at smart trick. I'm gonna need a bunch of heroism for that, and I'm not seeing a lot. Let's start here with Iron Man. I'm just gonna go and play my double wild, I think. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw on 2 heroism, checking that these cards don't have any effects. No, okay, good. All right, that's him done. Now, ideally, I want Captain Marvel to finish this off. Play her double, and be very heroic. So we finish this one. First threat on the board. 2 with the wild to move over here. And I've got a heroism and a wild left. So let's just go on 2. Boop. Okay. Last of all is Hulk. Grr. He is in Times Square. He can do a bunch of punches and moves, but he does have some heroism from the lovely Captain Marvel. So we'll use those first. 1, 2. Move and punch. Or just punch. I'm just gonna punch. Punch. This one. 2 heroism, 1 move, and 1 punch. Okay, perfect. It's the Herald's turn. Dun, dun, dun. So, I really hope I get this right. First thing I do is look at the dashboard, and I can see here that this guy, the Airwalker, who is this dude. Yes, okay, this is Airwalker over here in United Nations headquarters. Airwalker goes first, so he's at the top of the track. That means I apply this card. We're going to move 2 clockwise. Oh dear. 1, 2. Oh, hi Nova. Okay, I'm not sure if Captain Marvel is really in the best spot right now. He has his BAM effect, which is give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in Airwalkers and both adjacent locations. So I think that means that Captain Marvel takes a crisis token. It just said 1 crisis token to 1 hero, so I don't think that Iron Man takes a token. Then deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Airwalkers and both adjacent locations. So she's gonna take a hit. Those are both really good cards too. She's losing her double punches. Bottom of the pile. Okay, well, it'll come back. Distracting the heroes. Increase the Herald's plot track by 1. Boop. Heroes can prevent this effect if they all discard 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. Ooh, I think I'm gonna let that one happen. And then I have to add 2 thugs to the location. So we've got just enough room, a little busy in there. There we go, all done. So that's the Heralds of Galactus. Now I've fully resolved the master plan card. And next I look at who's next on the track. I now add 1 bad guy token, thug token. I now add 1 thug token to that villain's location. So Terax up here, you get a thug, boom. I add a civilian to Firelord's location. Firelord's over in London. Okie doke. And finally, Nova gets a crisis token to her location. And a crisis token to each hero there. So Captain Marvel really pretty unlucky with this. Came out of it with 2 crisis tokens. Now, I'm not actually sure if I can get rid of them in this game. I seem to remember that you could get rid of them in other versions by shuffling up your cards and playing randomly on the next turn, but it doesn't mention that in the rule book. So I'm gonna play the harder rule until I hear from someone what to do. So any ideas, please let me know in the comments. I'm gonna just pile up the crisis. Okay, so that is everyone resolved. The last thing I have to remember to do is shimmy these little guys up the track. And now he goes to the back of the queue. The next person up will be Terax. So he's gonna take the next card. But you know what? We could do a lot before that happens. Right, let's start with Iron Man. I draw a card. Let's see. I get to use a move and a punch from the Hulk's turn. Now, I definitely want to move. Got to remember that each hero in this and both adjacent locations require 2 damage to be defeated. So I think what I'm gonna do is play move and heroism. Okay. And I'm going to take my first move here. I'm gonna spend the heroism to complete this card. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Second threat cleared. Okie doke. And I've still got a move and a punch left. So definitely punching this thug. And then I'm gonna go to Shield headquarters. Try and spread us out a little bit. Okay, so that's Iron Man done. Captain Marvel, you are surrounded by bad guys. A little scary. This location now means that at the end of the turn, anyone that's still there gets a heroism token, which would help with the other cards. So she's going to move and be heroic, which gets 1 on the card. It's this guy's turn next, and I've got a feeling he's gonna move. So I'm hoping that's a pretty safe place to be. Okay, so that's 1 on the card, and she's got 2 punches. And so I'm gonna take these guys out and try and fill the defeat thugs card up at about the same time I clear the threats. So that's Captain Marvel. And now Hulk. Grrr. Okay, punches and moves. Punch, punch, and Hulk smash is what I've got to choose from. And I'm already getting punches from Captain Marvel in a place where there's no one to punch. Yeah. I'm gonna use my Hulk smash. Boop. And I'm gonna use that movement to come over here because it is getting a little full in London. And you know, I'm British, so. I will use my 2 punches or the Hulk smash, I guess, it doesn't really matter, to get these thugs, which is pretty good. And this one gets discarded. So you don't get to put it on your card. It gets back in the cupcake cup. That's him. And now already it's the Herald's turn. So this time, as I mentioned, it is Terax up next. Let's see what Terax has in store. 3 movements. Distracting the heroes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to do the BAM effects on the cards completely. I'm hoping that wouldn't have had too much of an effect. I don't think I was on the 2 BAM cards when that happened, but okay, we'll find out later. But now I do the BAM effect. So he's here, and let's do his BAM first. So deal 2 damage to 1 hero in Terax's location and in the opposite location. So the opposite location is going to be Shield headquarters. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to deal a damage to Iron Man this time. Random picking. Next, distracting the heroes. Increase the Herald's plot track by 1. Okay. On 2 out of 12 right now. Heroes can prevent this effect if they all discard 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. I don't want to do that just yet. Yeah, I've got to put 2 thugs out, 1 on either side. I feel like if I can keep these guys down, then this plot track might not be so bad. Okay, so there's my BAM card. And my favorite part, the hero's turn. Let's go. Ooh, okay. So I can do this. I can do Captain Marvel. She does a move and a heroism like that, finishing off the hiding place. Off it goes. And now we are 3 out of 4 to clearing the threats. So I really need to try and get a few more thugs in before I finish that last threat card off. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that was Captain Marvel. And now we'll do Iron Man because he can use the heroism and the move from Captain Marvel. So we'll take that, we'll pop one on here. At the end of her turn, she gets to rescue 1 civilian from that location. That's the first one rescued. I've been completely ignoring them. Okay, back to Iron Man. So I'm gonna move to here. And then with my double punch, boop, boop, 2. That's perfect. Very close to defeating the thugs. I just noticed something that I hadn't spotted before on Muspelheim. Heroes starting their turn with 3 or more cards in hand must ignore their draw step in that location. So again, could be another rule that I missed earlier, but I don't think they had 3 cards in hand there. Well, I guess I'll find out. Ooh, little heroism. I forgot the BAM effects again, didn't I, on the locations? Okay. Must remember the BAM effects. So 1 hero in this location for the coordinated attack takes 1 damage for each villain in this and both adjacent locations. I know Hulk was in London when there was a BAM, so he's gonna have to take random. Who's this one? I lost 2 punches. Okay. Punch from Iron Man. Well, let's do 1 punch. Finish the card. Yay! Ooh. If you can hear a little woof, woof, woof. This is Mushroom. Big fan of Marvel, huh? So that means that the villains are going to act after every 2 hero cards. And I still can't hurt them until I clear my final threat. So my best chance of that happening is still diversion over here. Sure, let's do a heroism. So he's got his first punch, 1 heroism. Can't do anything else with the second punch, but that's okay. That was something. And over here, you gain a heroism token at the end of your turn. So Iron Man has a heroism token. This time we have Firelord. Firelord is currently in London. Let's see what he has in store. Everything falls apart. He moves 2. 1, 2. He's in Avengers Tower. Bam. Firelord's bam. Rescue 1. It says rescue. It's kind of a strange one. Then deal 1 damage to each other villain and hero there. There was no one else there. So Firelord's kind of hurting himself. He's not going to be around for very long. Each hero in a location with 1 or more crisis tokens takes 1 damage. Sorry, Iron Man, we have 1 in Muspelheim, so you're going to take a damage. Okay, we're down to 1. He's going to get KO'd pretty soon. And I put 2 civilians in Avengers Tower. Boop. Boop. Okay. I need to finish off a location and I am almost all out of heroism cards. I do have a token over here and my last card from Hulk was a heroism. So all I need to do is get to Shield headquarters and then I can start punching the guys. All right, well, lucky for me, we're gonna draw a card. advanced combat analysis, I give 2 punch tokens to some heroes. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. 1 each. And so he will move. Iron Man is going to fly back over here and use the heroism from Hulk's card to finish off diversion. So this one is complete. Okay, that's 4 done. 4 threat cards eliminated. So now I get to fly this little guy over here. And the villains are now vulnerable to damage. They have 4 health each. Firelord punched himself in the face one time already. I feel like this is going pretty good. I may, in fact, be queen of the board today. Let's find out. Let's go do some punching. Who are we going after first? Let's be Hulk. Okay, so the tricky thing with this game is that when I resolve the master plan card, I keep forgetting about the other actions from the other heralds. So I need to figure out how to remind myself to do that. So I should have added a thug token here to Airwalker. And Tarax should have had a little civilian pop out. And then a crisis token would have gone to Nova, who's over here. So there's actually 2 of these now in Muspelheim. And I give 1 to each hero there, but there are no heroes there. Okay, now we can play. So Hulk can move thanks to Iron Man. Boop. We know that Nova's going to be next over here. I am going to play a double punch. Boop. And throw in my bonus punch token. Thank you very much. Ooh, and that gives me 3 damage to Tarax. He only has 1 hit point left and we can get rid of him. Now this is a little tricky because this location, the UN headquarters, does still have a threat card. And when there's a BAM effect, I'm gonna take a damage, but it's kind of worth it. So we'll do that. Feeling good. Heralds. Nova's turn. Distracting the heroes. Nova's moving 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way around the board to Avengers Tower. She's hanging out with Firelord. And she's going to do a BAM. Add 1 crisis token to both locations adjacent to Nova's location. Okay, how are we doing down here? We're doing all right. So another one in Muspelheim. Crisis City, and 1 for the UN. Distracting the heroes. Increase the Herald's plot track by 1. We're on 3 out of 12. Heroes can prevent this effect if they all discard 1 card from their hand to the bottom of the deck. I don't really want to do that. That would KO. Well, that would KO these guys, and then they would refresh back up, though. Tempting. Let's wait. Oh no, I don't know what to do. Do I do it? No, let's wait. And then I have to put 2 thugs in her location. 1 will fit, 1 will not. Overflow rule, increase the plot track by 1. So we're now on 4. This is a good game, I like it. Okay, up again. So we had Iron Man and Hulk went last time, so I think Captain Marvel, she's up, she's gonna draw. So she's here, she has her Photon Blast, which would do 2 damage in an adjacent location, but there's not really too much she can do with that. She has 2 punches from Hulk. She really needs to move and do some punches. I'm gonna go ahead and do a double move from Captain Marvel. She's gonna, oh, yeah. I was thinking about finishing him off, but no. Zoop over here and do the double punch, which is 2 damage to Airwalker. So we're making a dent. This is good. All right. And Captain Marvel, when she's here, she gets a heroism token, which reminds me, she's actually got a punch token, which I am going to use right now because I want to get one more punch in for Airwalker, getting him down to just 1 life. So 2 movements for Iron Man. I'm going to go ahead and take those. 1, 2. And then I'm going to use my heroism card as well as my heroism token to rescue these 2 civilians. And that's it. Heralds are back up again. It was Nova's turn last time and I forgot to move the track again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Airwalker is up. Everything falls apart. It's not a very promising card. So 5 movements. Airwalker, where is he? He's over here. Oh man, he's only got 1 life. I don't want him running away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, now they're all together. That's actually quite good. Really, Hulk had, oh, he's got a Hulk smash card. Oh, thinking ahead. Okay, so he's here. Bam effect. Give 1 crisis token to the hero in Airwalkers and both adjacent locations to 1 hero. So just 1 hero. So he's gonna take a crisis token. Sorry, Iron Man, it's your first one. Okay. Then deal 1 damage to 1 hero. Iron Man is KO'd. Okay, he's out. So let's check. When a hero is KO'd, no BAM is activated. Instead, draw a master plan card and add it face down to the storyline. Okay. Right there. So that's the KO. I put down 2 civilians right here. They just about fit under the resting body of Iron Man. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then this time I'm gonna remember. So this goes out right here. And then I add 1 thug to Tyrax's location. Great. I add 1 civilian to Firelord's location. Will not fit. Plot track goes by 1. And then I add a crisis token to Nova's location, Avengers Tower, and I give a crisis token to each hero there, but he's KO'd. So as far as I'm aware, that means game effects don't apply right now. So he's kind of like asleep, he's missing out. So that's probably a good thing. And that's it, and I remembered to do it, so I'm feeling good. Okay, can we, I mean, they're right here. How much damage can I do? Let's start with the Hulk. Hulk smash with the move. So deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. I think he like Hulk smashes and then moves. So I'm gonna do 1 damage to this guy, the thug. I discard the civilians. That means they don't go on your card. But I do get to do a damage to Tyrax, which finishes Tyrax off. Yes, Tyrax is in the graveyard. Fantastic. So Tyrax is coming off here. His little token. Everybody else is just going to move up. Okay, that's pretty good. So he does move. He's going to move right over here with everyone else. And he's got a heroism, which he's going to spend on rescuing this civilian. Like that. Okay. And now it is Captain Marvel's turn. A photon blast. So she gets 2 punches in 1 adjacent location, plus a punch and a move. So I'm going to go ahead and photon blast, 2 punches here. Let's take out Airwalker. 1 health left, so Airwalker is off the board. Yes. So he's also off the board over here. These guys move up. We're left with just the 2 heralds now. That was 1 punch, another punch. I think let's go ahead and get the Fire Lord. So I get 1 punch here, but I think I'm gonna move away because I think these guys are gonna move. One of these, they're gonna move further out and I wanna be closer. So let's do that, okay. It's their turn. So it is Fire Lord's turn. This is distracting the heroes again. 4 movement, wow. So Fire Lord's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, running away. Bam effect. In Fire Lord's location, rescue a civilian, defeat a thug. There's nobody there. And deal 1 damage to the henchman, if any. Then deal 1 damage to each other villain and hero. There's nobody there. I don't know. It says and deal 1 damage to the henchman. He is a henchman, right? He's a herald. He's not a henchman. Oh, I think I took a life off him before that I shouldn't have done. I'm gonna just put that back. If in doubt, make it harder. Okay, so increase the herald's plot track by 1. We're on 6 out of 12 now. And I need to put down some civilians in Times Square and 1 in the United Nations headquarters. Okay, and I'm going to remember to add a thug to Nova's location. Just gonna come right here. Oh, darn, I think we're doing pretty good. This time it is Iron Man's turn, so he's awake. He's like, whoa, what did I miss? And so we're gonna draw 1, 2, 3 cards. Do a punch from Captain Marvel. I've got a punch from Captain Marvel. We have Nova with us, who still has 4 health. So I want as many punches as possible. I draw my Iron Man card. Double punch, I'll take it. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, straight at Nova. And it gets her down to just 1 life remaining. Hulk's right there. Can he finish her off? I really hope so. Oh, I didn't even realize he's also out of cards. Didn't drop one, did I? Okay. Which means that one of these Heralds cards, I've only got a couple left, should be here somewhere. Maybe here, I don't know. But that means he gets to draw 3 cards. Plus his starting card. Oh, these are great cards. So let's do some wilds. Yeah, let's get the wilds out. Alrighty. So on Hulk's turn, he is going to finish Nova off for her last life. Okay. Oh, he's standing up again. That's 1. I may as well do 2 for the second punch, get this guy out of the way. And then I'm just gonna move. We're just dealing with the Fire Lord now. So I'm gonna, he's gonna move again, I think. We'll save the civilian with 1 of the heroism things. I think I'm gonna go like here with my last wild, because then I gain a token, which is, you know, nice. I don't really care if I get to search my deck for a card. I don't use that very often, but I like tokens. So Hulk gets a token. That's those 2. Now it's getting a little tight on the table. We get Fire Lord. Doesn't move. Damn it. Bam effect. Again, nobody there, so rescue a civilian, defeat a thug, nothing to do, deal a damage to the henchman. Don't really understand that part of the rule. And then deal 1 damage to each other villain and hero there. There's nobody there, so I'm kind of glad that I'm not there right now. Move the villains in slots 2, 3, and 4 clockwise 1 location. That's kind of cool because there's no one in slots 2, 3, and 4 anymore. And then I place a thug on his location and innocent bystanders on either side. Okay, so it's gonna come in here. We're getting a little, pull these up, getting a little tight on the old table here. All right, so Captain Marvel. She has 2 wiles and 1 movement. So at the very least, she can do her photon blast. Put this out here, which gives her 1 adjacent location, 2 punches. And Firelord only has 3 health, so she can use 1 wile to move. I'm gonna rescue a civilian because it's a nice thing to do. I'm going to photon blast 2 punches to my 1 adjacent location, leaving Firelord with only 1 health. Yay! Next is Iron Man, who's all the way over here but gets a punch. Okay, I think I can do this. I'm gonna play my Stark Resources, which distributes 2 movement tokens from the pool among any number of heroes. And I'm just gonna take them for myself and, yep, it's gonna move them right away. Because now I'm gonna go 1, 2, and final punch. Firelord's dead. Yay. We won, we did it. I think we did it. I mean, there were a couple of things that I definitely missed, maybe some extra tokens here and there because I was struggling to remember that after the Heralds card, the plan card is completed, there's more stuff to do before the hero's turn. So I'm sure I missed a few. There aren't that many tokens on the board out, but we're on 6 out of 12 on the plot track. And I've still got, let's have a look. Oh, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still got 10 threat tokens. So definitely playing an easy version, but I kind of like it that way. As long as I'm having fun, I might try a little harder next time. I don't know. Definitely different heroes, but yay! I'm really happy. I like this version. I've only really been playing with the base game heroes, even though I had the original Kickstarter with all of that big box of add-ons. I like to paint them before I play with them. And so that kind of slows me down sometimes. But these are absolutely beautiful. The Heralds just as they come. I think maybe Terrax, maybe a couple of little metallic things could be added. But for the most part, I'm gonna leave them as they are, so. We won! I'm definitely playing this again. Oh. And I think this is a great game to introduce friends. Probably would do the base game first with Red Skull or something simple. But I'd like to show them how different this game can be simply by changing up the villains. I don't often find it to be that different with different heroes, but I think the newer heroes, they have more powerful special powers and sort of they work together in teams, I think. So I'm interested to try that out for sure. I also got the Pet Companions expansion, the mini expansion, and I'm really curious how that works. I don't know, but we'll paint them first. Oh. Thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, if you have any, if you've played this game, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it. And again, I'm sure I've got a whole bunch of rules wrong. So do let me know because it will help me for next time. And yeah, I love this game. Thank you so much. Bye.